In a world where chaos reigns supreme, how can one find peace? The Buddha's timeless wisdom offers a profound answer. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Many of us believe that external changes, such as a new job, a better relationship, or fewer responsibilities, will bring tranquility. But what if the peace you seek already resides within you, waiting to be discovered? This script will take you on a transformative journey into Buddhist teachings, showing you how to cultivate lasting inner calm and harmony, no matter how turbulent life becomes. The mind, as Buddhism describes, is often like a monkey swinging tirelessly through the branches, jumping from one thought to the next without pause. This state of mental restlessness is not unique to modern times. It's a universal human experience. The Buddhist concept of the monkey mind aptly illustrates how our thoughts dart in all directions, leaving us overwhelmed, distracted, and disconnected from the present moment. This restless nature of the mind is often exacerbated in today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with information and stimuli. Notifications ping on our phones, emails demand immediate responses, and social media thrives on endless scrolling. These external factors feed the mind's natural tendency to wander, pulling us further away from peace and clarity. The first step toward calming the mind is not to fight it. Many of us try to turn off our thoughts, which only leads to frustration when the mind inevitably continues its chatter. Instead, Buddhism encourages us to observe the mind with curiosity and without judgment. Imagine sitting quietly by a river. Each thought that arises is like a leaf floating downstream. You don't have to grab the leaf or push it away. You simply watch it pass by. This practice of observing thoughts without attachment is at the heart of mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation trains us to detach from our thoughts, reducing their power over us. Over time, this practice rewires our relationship with the mind. Instead of reacting impulsively to every thought, we create space to respond with intention and clarity. Consider a moment of stress at work. Perhaps you receive a harsh email from a colleague. The mind immediately jumps to conclusions, spinning narratives about the colleague's intent or your own shortcomings. By practicing mindfulness, you can pause, observe the thoughts as they arise, and respond calmly instead of reacting emotionally. Calming the monkey mind is not an overnight transformation. It's a gradual process, like training a wild horse. With consistent mindfulness practice, the mind begins to settle. Moments of stillness grow longer, and mental peace becomes more accessible. Energy is one of our most precious resources. Without it, even the simplest tasks feel insurmountable. Yet, many of us go through life unaware of the subtle energy drains around us. These drains can be external, like toxic relationships, high-pressure environments, or excessive screen time, or internal, such as negative self-talk and unproductive habits. To protect your energy, you must first identify what's depleting it. Start by paying attention to how you feel after interacting with people, engaging in activities, or spending time in specific environments. Do you feel drained after spending time with someone who constantly complains? Does scrolling through social media leave you feeling anxious or inadequate? Are certain habits, like procrastination or overcommitting, depleting your mental reserves? Setting boundaries. Once you identify these drains, it's time to set boundaries. This doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world, but rather being intentional about where you invest your energy. Say no. Learn to decline requests that don't align with your priorities. Digital detox. limit time spent on devices. Use tools like app blockers to create phone-free periods during the day. Curate relationships. Spend more time with people who uplift and inspire you, and less with those who drain your energy. In Buddhist monasteries, monks often practice silence or solitude for specific periods. This isn't merely for meditation. It's a way to conserve their energy and redirect it toward spiritual growth. Similarly, we can create personal rituals to recharge, such as spending time in nature, practicing yoga, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of tea. Anna, a busy mother, found herself constantly exhausted by social obligations. She began setting boundaries by prioritizing her needs and limiting her commitments. Over time, she noticed a dramatic improvement in her energy levels and overall sense of peace. Our thoughts are not merely fleeting ideas. They shape our reality. Negative thought patterns, like spiraling into worst-case scenarios or being overly self-critical, can create a cycle of stress and anxiety. These patterns often become so ingrained that they feel automatic, like a well-worn path in the forest of our minds. Buddhism, centuries ahead of modern neuroscience, recognized the impermanence of thought. Today, science confirms that the brain is malleable, a concept known as neuroplasticity. By consciously choosing new thoughts and behaviors, we can rewire our brains, breaking free from harmful patterns and creating healthier ones. The first step to rewiring the brain is awareness. Begin by noticing your habitual responses to stress. Do you tend to catastrophize? Do you engage in self-doubt? Awareness allows you to pause and interrupt these patterns before they escalate. Imagine being stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. Your automatic thought might be, "I'm going to be late, and everyone will think I'm irresponsible." Instead of spiraling into stress, you can observe the thought, acknowledge its presence, and consciously choose a more constructive response. "I'm doing my best to get there, and I'll explain the delay calmly." One powerful technique for breaking stressful thought patterns is noting. When a thought arises, mentally label it without judgment. For instance, this is worry. This is anger. By naming the thought, you create a sense of distance from it. This detachment allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Buddhism teaches that attachment to thoughts is the root of suffering. When we dwell on a thought, whether it's regret about the past or anxiety about the future, we amplify its impact. Instead, practice accepting the thought as it is without clinging to it or pushing it away. Tom, a college student, struggled with self-doubt before exams. By practicing noting and acceptance, he learned to recognize these thoughts without letting them derail his confidence. Over time, his anxiety decreased, and his performance improved. As you interrupt old patterns, replace them with positive affirmations or constructive thoughts. For example, instead of saying, "I can't handle this," reframe it to, "I am capable of handling challenges." Every morning, write down 3 positive affirmations related to your current challenges. Repeat them throughout the day to reinforce healthier mental pathways. Acceptance is one of the most profound teachings in Buddhism, yet it is also one of the most misunderstood. Many associate acceptance with passivity or resignation, as if accepting a situation means giving up. In reality, acceptance is an active, transformative practice. It's about acknowledging reality as it is, without resistance or denial. What does acceptance look like? Consider a river flowing downstream. If we attempt to swim against the current, we exhaust ourselves and make little progress. But if we accept the direction of the current, we can move with greater ease and clarity. In life, resistance to what is, whether it's a setback, an uncomfortable truth, or an unforeseen challenge, only creates unnecessary suffering. Acceptance doesn't mean we condone or approve of every situation. Instead, it means acknowledging what's beyond our control and focusing on what we can change, our response. Life is filled with events that test our ability to accept. From losing a loved one to navigating a difficult relationship, challenges can evoke a range of emotions, including anger, sadness, and frustration. These emotions are natural, but clinging to them only deepens our suffering. Jessica, a small business owner, faced an unexpected financial crisis when her largest client terminated their contract. Initially, she resisted the situation, feeling trapped by anger and fear. Through mindfulness meditation, she began practicing acceptance. She stopped fighting the reality of her loss and focused on rebuilding her business with clarity. Over time, she discovered new opportunities and a deeper resilience. Another key aspect of acceptance is embracing our emotions, even the uncomfortable ones. Sadness, anger, and frustration are part of being human. Suppressing these emotions only intensifies them, while acceptance allows them to flow through us without leaving lasting scars. The next time you feel overwhelmed by an emotion, take a moment to sit with it. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and silently say, "I acknowledge this feeling." Imagine it as a wave, rising and falling naturally, without resistance. Buddhism emphasizes the impermanence of all things. By understanding that no situation, emotion, or challenge is permanent, we can begin to let go of our need to control every aspect of life. Letting go frees us from the burden of trying to change what cannot be changed and opens the door to peace. Life is often likened to a storm, full of unpredictable winds, sudden downpours, and moments of chaos. While we can't always change the weather of life, we can cultivate inner stillness, much like the eye of a hurricane, a space of calm amidst the turmoil. Many people chase external circumstances, believing that peace lies in achieving the perfect job, relationship, or lifestyle. However, Buddhism teaches that peace is an internal state, independent of external conditions. The world will always have storms. The key is learning to remain calm within. Meditation is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice and one of the most effective tools for finding inner stillness. Through meditation, we learn to focus on the present moment, quiet the noise in our minds, and connect with a deep sense of peace. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Focus your attention on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Start with 5 minutes a day, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. When faced with overwhelming chaos, mindful breathing can provide an instant sense of grounding. By focusing solely on your breath, you create a space of stillness that shields you from external turbulence. The Buddha himself practiced mindful breathing under the Bodhi tree, finding enlightenment through the stillness it brought. His teachings remind us that even amidst life's greatest challenges, peace is attainable through the simple act of breathing. Mindfulness isn't limited to formal meditation. It can be practiced in everyday activities such as walking, eating, or even washing dishes. The goal is to bring your full attention to the present moment, without judgment or distraction. While walking in a busy city, instead of letting your thoughts spiral into stress, focus on the rhythm of your footsteps or the sensation of the air on your skin. This practice transforms mundane moments into opportunities for peace. Much of our anxiety comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. By embracing the Buddhist principle of impermanence, we can release the need to manipulate every outcome and instead trust the natural flow of life. Our surroundings profoundly influence our state of mind. A cluttered, chaotic environment often mirrors and amplifies a cluttered, chaotic mind. Conversely, a thoughtfully designed space can nurture calm, focus, and tranquility. In Buddhism, simplicity is key to fostering peace. A minimalist approach to our surroundings reduces distractions and creates a sense of order. When we clear physical clutter, we also create mental space. Start small, perhaps with a single drawer or corner of a room. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or serve a purpose? If not, consider letting it go. Organize remaining items in a way that feels harmonious and intentional. Incorporating nature is a powerful source of peace. Incorporating natural elements into your environment, such as plants, wooden furniture, or natural light, can significantly enhance your sense of calm. A small indoor plant placed near your workspace can serve as a visual reminder of growth and tranquility, grounding you in moments of stress. Lighting plays a crucial role in shaping our mood. Harsh, artificial lights can create tension, while soft, warm lighting fosters relaxation. Whenever possible, allow natural light to flow into your space. If natural light is limited, use lamps with adjustable brightness or candles to create a warm, inviting atmosphere. Soundscapes for peace. The sounds in your environment also affect your mental state. Consider incorporating soothing sounds, such as nature recordings, instrumental music, or the gentle trickle of a water fountain. These auditory elements can create a sanctuary-like atmosphere. Creating intentional spaces. Designate specific areas in your home or workspace for relaxation or mindfulness practices. Even a small corner with a cushion, a candle, and a meaningful object can become a sacred space for meditation or reflection. Real-life story. Michael, a tech worker overwhelmed by the fast pace of his job, transformed a corner of his living room into a meditation space. By dedicating just 10 minutes a day in this intentional sanctuary, he found himself more focused, calm, and resilient. Beyond the physical aspects, the energy of your environment matters. Keep your space tidy, avoid distractions, and imbue it with intention. A peaceful environment reflects and reinforces a peaceful mind. Our past can feel like a heavy weight, anchoring us to memories of pain, regret, or loss. While these experiences shape who we are, clinging to them can prevent us from fully living in the present. Healing from the past is an essential step on the journey to inner peace, and Buddhism offers profound wisdom on how to release the emotional chains that bind us. The first step to healing is acknowledgement. Denying or suppressing painful emotions does not erase them. It only pushes them deeper into our subconscious, where they manifest as anxiety, anger, or emotional detachment. Instead, Buddhism teaches us to face these emotions with mindfulness and compassion. Find a quiet space to sit and reflect. Bring to mind a painful memory or unresolved feeling. Observe the emotions that arise without judgment. Label them gently. This is sadness. This is regret. Or this is anger. Allow yourself to feel these emotions fully without trying to push them away or fix them. Acknowledging your emotions creates a safe space for them to exist, which is the first step toward their release. Buddhism emphasizes the impermanence of all things, including our emotions and experiences. Just as the seasons change, so too do our thoughts and feelings. By recognizing that nothing is permanent, we can begin to let go of the grip the past has on us. Consider a tree in autumn shedding its leaves. The tree does not mourn the loss of its leaves. It understands that this process is necessary for new growth in spring. Similarly, letting go of past pain creates space for new experiences and growth. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for releasing the past. This includes forgiving others for the pain they've caused and forgiving yourself for mistakes or shortcomings. Forgiveness does not condone harmful actions. It simply frees you from the burden of resentment and blame. Maria struggled for years with anger toward a friend who betrayed her trust. Through guided meditation, she began to practice forgiveness, visualizing herself letting go of the resentment like releasing a bird into the sky. Over time, she felt lighter and more at peace, no longer tethered to the pain of the betrayal. Self-forgiveness can often be more challenging than forgiving others. Many of us hold ourselves to impossible standards, replaying past mistakes and criticizing ourselves harshly. Buddhism encourages self-compassion, reminding us that to err is human, and every mistake is an opportunity for growth. Write a letter to yourself, expressing understanding and compassion for a past mistake. End the letter with affirmations such as, "I release myself from guilt," or "I allow myself to move forward with peace." Meditation is a powerful practice for releasing past burdens. During meditation, you can visualize yourself carrying a heavy backpack filled with your past regrets and pain. As you breathe deeply, imagine setting the backpack down and walking away, lighter and freer with each step. Writing about your experiences is another effective way to process and release the past. Journaling provides a safe space to express emotions, reflect on lessons learned, and gain closure. Write about a challenging experience and the lessons it taught you. How can you use this understanding to move forward with greater clarity and peace? By embracing these practices, we can free ourselves from the chains of the past and step into the present with a sense of renewal and tranquility. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most transformative practices in Buddhism. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a mindset of abundance and joy. When we cultivate gratitude, we learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment and recognize the interconnectedness of all life. Modern life often conditions us to focus on shortcomings, what we don't have, what went wrong, or what could be better. This mindset creates dissatisfaction and anxiety. Gratitude, on the other hand, rewires our brain to notice and appreciate the positive aspects of life, even amidst challenges. Studies in neuroscience show that practicing gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and serotonin. These feel-good chemicals enhance our mood, resilience, and overall well-being. Gratitude is not a fleeting emotion, it's a practice. By actively cultivating gratitude, we train our minds to see the good in every situation, no matter how small. Gratitude Journal. Each night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These could be as simple as a kind word from a stranger or a delicious meal. Morning affirmations. Begin your day by expressing gratitude for being alive, healthy, or having loved ones. Gratitude walks. While walking, notice and appreciate your surroundings. the warmth of the sun, the rustling of leaves, or the sound of birds. Gratitude in adversity. It's easy to feel grateful during good times, but true transformation comes from practicing gratitude in adversity. Buddhism teaches that challenges are opportunities for growth, and that every difficulty holds a hidden blessing. David lost his job during an economic downturn. Initially, he felt despair, but by practicing gratitude, he began to see the silver lining. More time with his family, the opportunity to explore a long-forgotten passion, and a chance to reassess his career goals. This shift in perspective brought him peace and purpose. Expressing gratitude to those around us strengthens relationships and fosters connection. Take a moment to thank someone for their kindness, support, or simply for being part of your life. Write a thank you note to someone who has made a positive impact on your life. Be specific about what you appreciate and how their actions have enriched your journey. Gratitude is contagious. When we express and embody gratitude, we inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positivity and connection in our communities. In Buddhist monasteries, monks often begin their day with a gratitude chant, thanking the universe for the opportunity to practice, for their teachers, and for the interconnectedness of all life. This ritual sets a tone of appreciation and mindfulness for the day ahead. Meditation allows us to immerse ourselves fully in the feeling of gratitude. During a gratitude meditation, focus on one thing you're thankful for, a loved one, a recent experience, or even the air you breathe. Let the feeling of appreciation fill your heart and spread through your entire body.